I'm going to continue from where I stopped in the last one. We were doing the flow rate for subsonic. We were trying to find the equation for subsonic. You see there was an error because in the equation it says, the last one says RP, that's the ratio raised to power k plus 1 over k. Then I put k minus 1 instead of k plus 1. That's why there was error. So let's see, let me show you what happened again. Here there was minus 1. So you have to be careful when you are inputting the formula. So I see so it says it couldn't calculate it. So I had to put the right thing. It's k plus 1, the last one. It's k plus 1 over k plus 1. Okay, we are getting there now. I changed one. Okay, I remove one again. Okay, so now if it were subsonic flow, the flow rate will be 5462. If it were sonic flow, remember if it's sonic, this flow rate stays at 64. Even if you reduce the downstream pressure, it doesn't change anymore. You're gonna see, because I'm gonna do another video for that. Now, so we've calculated this. We've calculated for sonic. So the answer is going to be one of these. How do I know the answer? I'm going to put the answer here. What's the flow rate? I have to check whether my flow is sonic or subsonic. So to choose one of them. So we need another if function there. So where do I check whether it's sonic? This number here, that's 29, C29. So I'm going to do equals. If I close the bracket, I open the bracket. If C29, no, it's actually, yeah, C29. If that C29 equals 1, then the flow is what? The flow is sonic. So I'm going to say enter this number. Because for sonic flow, C29, sonic flow is 1. So if it's sonic flow, use this. Then comma, otherwise the answer will be this. Okay. So whatever is the type of flow, remember Excel will calculate the type of flow, whether it's sonic or subsonic. So you see, oh, this flow is subsonic, so it's going to use this. Now the last thing is to calculate the temperature and decide whether you need to heat up the throat of the choke. Okay, so the temperature is given by this equation. Okay, now there's something with temperature. See this pressure ratio here, P downstream divided by P upstream. It can be either the critical pressure ratio or the actual pressure ratio. How do you know which one? It has to be the maximum, because if it's a sonic flow, I have to use the critical pressure ratio. If it's the subsonic flow, then I will use the regular pressure ratio. So you know, since sonic flow is always less than the critical, so it means I have to always use the higher number between this and this. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do equals upstream temperature, which is this 5C21 multiplied by then I'm going to put a function to choose one of these two, to choose either C27 and C28. So what is the function? It's going to choose whichever one is greater. So I'm going to say maximum, MAX times maximum. I open the bracket. So I have to tell maximum of what? I will highlight the two. Maximum of this and this. Okay? Maximum of this and this. Then I close the bracket. So Excel is going to choose whichever one is higher. Then whatever is that maximum, I'm going to raise it to power. So I do cap. K minus 1 divided by K. So I put everything in bracket. Cap K. So I have to put K minus 1 in bracket too. So I open another bracket. K minus 1. K is C16 minus 1 minus 1. I close the bracket. You can always check here to see the formula I'm using. That's the bar there. Then divided by what? Divided by K. Divided by K. Slash. K is this again. I click on that cell. Then I close the bracket. That's it. So the temperature, oh, I forgot something. This is in Rankine. But here I want to change it to Fahrenheit. So what do? At the end of the formula, I do minus 460. I have to subtract 460 to convert it back to Fahrenheit. Minus 460. So the temperature is 48 degrees. The last question there is either yes or no. Yes is if this temperature is less than 32. No is if it's greater than 32. Because 32 is the freezing point of water. So that's only when you need the heating. So I'm going to use another if function. So I'm using a lot of if function today. Equals if, what are we testing? I say if I open the bracket, if what? If this temperature, I close this. I say, I click on that answer there. If it's less, then or equals to 32, that's the freezing point. If it's less or equals to 32, I do comma. Then I want you to type yes. So I'm going to put it in quote. Don't just type yes. I put it in quote. Yes. Then I do comma. Otherwise, you type no. Another comma. Put it in quote, and close the quote. Okay. Then I close my bracket. It's going to put no. Okay. You see, put no. Because this temperature is greater than 32. So that's the end of this video session. Now, the next one. Now, once you have your template, make sure you keep your template because you're going to be needing it for your test and you're going to be needing it for your finals. You have created the template, so it's easy to use. Now, I can change anything there. I just read the answer. That's it. Now, I'm going to use it to construct. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the upstream pressure at 100. I'm going to start changing the downstream temperature, pressure. I will start from 0. The downstream pressure can never be greater than 100. So I'm going to go from 0 to 100 and see how the flow rate changes. Okay, next video.